Well, we got a live look at from Skyfox day 2 as crews battle a stubborn brush fire that burned within a few feet of a valley landmark. Firefighters battling to get the upper hand on what's being called the Ethan fire. Yesterday at this time, Fox 10 was the first station to bring you the dramatic pictures of the Ethan fire. And tonight, winds and a lot of vegetation are fueling the flames. By the time Skyfox arrived on the scene just before 5 yesterday, flames were already shooting high into the sky. The thick black smoke could be seen for miles. At 9 last night, the flames and smoke creating a haunting image as brush sits in the foreground in the path of that fire. By noon today, a lot of white smoke was drifting into the sky, but this firefight is far from over. This fire could be as large as 1,500 acres tonight. We have the story covered from every angle. Skyfox live in the sky. But first, let's start with Bruce Dunbar, who was just feet from the fire today. Bruce.
Carrie, we are live at 91st Avenue and Broadway, and you can see behind us there are some workers putting up a tent here at the command post. They're digging in for kind of a long haul, several more days perhaps, of battling the blaze behind them. Look at all the thick black smoke billowing up from the riverbed. This fire has consumed about 1,200 acres. That's a lot of land. A huge plume of thick black smoke billowed from the west end of the fire early this afternoon. What are the difficulties in fighting a fire like this?
Well, particularly around the river area, we have heavy fuels. With the drought, we got dry fuels. We got high temperatures right now, and sometimes shifting weather patterns, so that makes it for an unpredictable fire sometimes.
The blaze crept fairly close to Phoenix International Raceway. Was the track at all in danger through all of this?
No, we're a long ways from anything that could be endangering the track.
Heavy aircraft dropped fire retardant on the blaze this morning and early this afternoon. Then firefighters decided to change tactics.
And they will be bringing a bulldozer in to cut a line into the fire, and so they can bring the engines into the fire and start using some of the apparatus.
Firefighters say no buildings are threatened. In fact, the nearest ones are at least a mile away.
The fire is staying in the Gila River channel. It has not left the channel. It's burning down through the Gila River. And all that we see right now with the fire behavior, that's not going to change.
And now back live, you'll see one of the helicopters parked right on the roadway there. It's been coming in and out throughout the day, fueling up with a tanker truck that comes and meets it when it lands. It's carrying one of those slurry buckets that drop slurry or water. I believe in this case with the helicopter, it's water on the fire, water that it's getting from a nearby river.
Bruce, they've had a pretty good weather actually so far today with fighting this, but we've got more lightning out there possibly tonight and dust storms in the wind. How is that affecting the smoke that's out there? There's so much smoke in the sky right now.
Yeah, right now, Carrie, actually the sky looks real clear, except, of course, for all the thick black smoke that is billowing and moving toward the east, toward the center of the valley. So right now, not too much problem here. The wind is beginning to pick up a little bit from the west. I can feel that it might be a 10-mile-per-hour wind. And, of course, this is the heat of the day. Earlier today, at noon, in fact, there was hardly any smoke at all over here. But because of the temperature rising, perhaps the humidity is dropping and the wind, we're beginning to see a pickup in activity in the fire.
Yeah, and with these monsoon storms rolling in again, there's always a risk. Bruce Dunbar live in the Southwest Valley. Thanks, Bruce.
The best view of the fire comes from Skyfox. Let's go right to Rick Krebs, who's right above the smoke and flames. Rick, how does it look this afternoon?
Actually looking very good right now, John. And what's interesting is last night this started out in an area probably about 1.5 miles to the southeast of PIR, but the winds last night. And take a look at this right now. You can see all the blackness right around Baseline Hill, which is immediately right adjacent to the Phoenix International Raceway. And you can see how close the flames actually came to that area last night. Now, they were able to stop it before it got anywhere close to it. But let's take a swing to the southeast right now. As they said, it is following the Gila drainage, and that is the black area that you see right there. And now that is where all the concentration is on the flames and the smoke right now, and the work that is going on to try and prevent this from moving any further to the southeast. Now, a lot of that smoke is rising high into the air and actually creating some of its own winds and own atmosphere up above, and we're actually getting clouds up above. So a lot of this yet to do. So we got more coming. We'll be over it and bring you more as it becomes available. Rick Krabs in Sky Fox for Fox 10 News.
The battle on this fire taking place on the ground and in the sky. Sky Fox captured this plane as it flew over the smoke-covered fire. Watch as the plane disappears into the smoke. Dangerous situation for the pilot.
Well, we talked earlier about all the fuel, the dried stuff on the ground for this fire that's burning. Well, this next picture will give you a good look at all the vegetation out there. And this is tamarask and other things that's burning. Sky Fox pictures. You can see all the green vegetation at the bottom of the screen, but on top, you can clearly see all of the charred acres of land.
And from almost anywhere in the valley, you could spot the smoke, especially from downtown. Look at these pictures. This is just amazing. Yes, this was from downtown Phoenix. We shot these pictures earlier this afternoon, all the smoke in the sky, making the sun look like a giant red and orange ball, almost like the red planet Mars. It was an amazing sight.